Good morning, Magee. I am so fortunate to have with me today Dr. Tom Duncan from the Simpson County Superintendent's Office. One of the things Tom told me was that he's the deputy dog for the Simpson County Schools, which I imagine often he does feel like a dog and is probably treated like one too. But with school just around the corner, I thought it would be interesting if he gave us some dates that were coming soon and different information that we as parents and grandparents needed to know about the school system in Simpson County. And I thank you for coming and taking time, because I know y'all are crazy now.
Well, we are gearing up for school, and one of the things that we're doing to comply with the state auditor this year is we have to update proof of residency requirements for everybody in the district. So that means even if you've lived at the same house forever and a day, and you got kids in the public school, we need you to bring a driver's license, a voter ID card, gas bill, oil bill, something by that'll have an address on it. We need 2 current proofs of residency. And counselors are available this week in the schools in order to accept that information, or when you come to register your child next week. Any of those things, just bring those 2 proofs of residency. And we apologize that it's kind of redundant for a lot of folks. But the state auditor's saying got to have it in there, so we try to be nice to the state auditor when they tell
We'll
us.
keep them happy. So you're saying someone like me, who has lived here my entire life, my children have always been here, I've practically lived in the same address,
Okay.
I would still have to bring you those documents.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just going to be, if it's your driver's license and it's still current, we can just note on there, resubmit it and put a date on it, you can initial or whatever. But we do need copies of those documents, yeah. And those will go in the child's cumulative record and be updated every year until the state auditor and the Department of Education can figure out that maybe isn't so necessary if people don't move around a lot. But for this year, we are having to do that.
So you did say that the counselors are available now.
This week,
They
the week of July 25th through the 29th, the counselors in the schools are open. Anytime between 8 and 2 would be ideal. And then next week, when we have all these open houses and registrations, if you haven't done it, they're going to be hitting you up for it then. So, we do have some open houses next week. Teachers start Monday, August 1st.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's going to be August 1st.
Yeah. Make like August 2nd, we have at Magee Elementary, we have a kindergarten open house on at 6 p.m. So you can show up then and make sure your child's registered. It's an important first day of school. Coach Huffman at the high school is doing the same thing for freshmen and sophomores, except I think his is 5 to 7 p.m. on August 2nd, and then again on Thursday night, the juniors and seniors can come in from 5 to 7 p.m. And that'll be a time where they can work on their schedules, make sure if they're Mississippi scholars, they got all the right courses scheduled and all that kind of good stuff. And his counselors and teaching staff will be there to help them get registered for the new school year.
How do you handle it with someone who has a P.O. box?
Everybody has a 911 address these days.
Okay,
So,
and is it also maybe on your gas bill or light bill or water bill, even though it's your P.O. box, isn't your physical address somewhere on those bills?
It should be.
Okay.
It should be.
Okay.
And if not, we're just going to need something that will have your physical address on it.
So you gotta have that
Yeah.
physical address.
Simpson County is still under a consent decree with the federal government.
Okay.
And so our attendance zones are set in stone, and we have to abide by that. So there's no zone jumping and all that kind of stuff. There is a state law that if you teach out of district or if you teach in another area, you can take your kids with you, but that's about the only exception that we're allowed to make.
Okay,
So-
that's not very easy.
No,
So in
it's
other
not.
words, if you live here, you go in there.
Yeah, you live there, that's where you go to school, but that's
Okay.
okay too.
Okay, what are some other dates that we need to be aware of and
Well,
know that are before us?
I know Coach Lucky would kill me if I didn't say, Meet the Trojans is August the 5th. And
That's
a Friday,
right.
Friday night at 6 o'clock. And then we're going to have destination graduation coming up later in the month, and that'll be about August 25th for the Magee schools. So those are important dates to remember too. August 5th, Meet the Trojans. August 25th will be our destination graduation. That's going to be a Thursday evening, and it's going to be kind of a fall festival back to school.
That's good. That'd be nice.
Good idea. And Coach Huffman's going to spearhead that, and we're going to try and get every little child. Priority One Bank's donating some money, and we're going to get everybody one of those little silicone wristbands that say Destination Graduation.
That's
But the
great.
real cool thing is that we're going to give them a permanent marker, and they're going to get to put their score on there. It's a RIT score that comes from their measures of academic progress, and it'll kind of be a benchmark as to what I need to achieve this year, because we're still achieving excellence in education, and the end result is destination graduation. based on some of those test scores you and I were talking about a while ago. Hey, they're up and they're doing good. The high school passage rate is the best it has ever been. We beat the state average in English too for the first time.
Congratulations.
Just a couple of percentage points, but we beat it. The state average went up, so like it was at like 71% of the kids that took it passed. We had about 73% of our kids taking the English 2 test, and that's the toughest. We had 100% pass Algebra 1 at McGee last year.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, it was really good. And we had a little bit of drop off in U.S. history, but we had a teacher that was sick. But overall, the district did really well in U.S. history too. Mm-hmm. So in terms of destination graduation, somebody's paying attention. Mr. James at Mendenhall High and Coach Huffman at McGee High have really done a great job taking those MAP scores, which is a test that we give all the children. It kind of tells us what their strengths and weaknesses are, and they work on those weaknesses, and when they're ready to take the test, they take the test, and it's showing in these results, and we're real happy about that.
I think that's fantastic, because I know y'all have worked so hard.
Those accountability rankings that'll come out in mid-September, we think are going to really be impressed with our high school rankings.
That's great. That's great.
Crossing our
now
fingers.
I have to ask another question about Meet the Trojans.
Okay.
When you said it's Friday night, August the 5th. Where will it be?
It'll be at the football field, on
At the field.
Trojan Field. You know, they'll introduce all the players, and then typically Coach Lucky has a little scrimmage game. Get you a little flavor of what the talent's going to be.
Well, MageeNews.com intends to live stream that this year. One of our plans for the year with MageeNews.com is to live stream the home football games for McGee, Mendenhall, and Simpson Academy. And we're also going to be doing several events that will be filmed. I believe Meet the Trojans is a filmed event. I'm not sure. We're still working on it. That's why I'm saying like this, just like y'all. It's crazy. But we're excited about that.
We're excited about that too.
I think it's going to be great.
Sometimes that Kim and I like to stay home on a Friday night instead of go to the games. So
well,
we might just get to watch it streaming.
It will be archived. So when you can't see Mendenhall's game and you went to McGee's or vice versa, you can see it the next day on the website, which I think will be really good.
And since they're in the same conference and playing some opponents, that's a good scouting tool too.
I know it. That'd be a plus and a minus, I guess. Coach, I don't know. In this day and age, though, everything's out there, so it doesn't really matter. But give me some more dates and things that we need to be looking for and
all of our teachers need to come back August 1st. That's there. August 2nd is kindergarten open house at McGee Elementary, and this also registration night for freshmen and sophomores at the high school. August 4th, which is that Thursday night, is for juniors and seniors at the high school. There is a general open house for all the schools on August 4th from 3 to 6 p.m. So if you want to go by the middle school, the elementary, or the high school, or any of the schools in the district, August 4th from 3 to 6 p.m. Is the time that you can go by and see those schools. And then August 5th, meet the Trojans, 6 p.m.
Well, I think you can tell from what Tom has told us, I think it's starting with a bang. When August comes, which is next week, just be ready. It's going to be 9 months of going and rolling, but as most of you know, it's not just the 9 months. Our school administrators work 12 months out of the year, and we are so fortunate in Simpson County to have such outstanding administrators and people and teachers who really care and work hard to see the children progress. I enjoyed so much my visits in the classroom last year and was so impressed with the children and the teachers. And I appreciate your coming today, and thank you so much. Anytime you want to come and you've got something you want to share with the listeners and readers of MageeNews.com, you're always welcome.
Well, you just read to a child for 20 minutes every day, and we love that. So read to me. That's what we want to see happening out there. So we appreciate it.
Good. 20 minutes a day.
20 minutes a day makes all the difference in the world, reading to a child or with a child.
Okay. There's your answer. Thank you. And we hope you'll continue to watch MageeNews.com and read to your child 20 minutes every day. Thank you.